SABC News reporter Natasha Phiri joins us now to give us a live update. Natasha, a very good afternoon to you. What's the latest from there?
A very good afternoon to you, Mkolisi, and of course to our SABC viewers once again. The program hasn't started today. It's 12 noon and one would have expected, the program to get off, because remember, the PEC in the province had promised us that, the conference will actually close tomorrow, but seems as if there's no end in sight. But to talk to me more, I'm joined by the provincial spokesperson of the ANC, Mr. Bones Modise. Bones, thank you so much for joining us on SABC News once again. Just give us an update. What's happening? We see delegates are outside, the program hasn't started, and people have raised the issue of time.
Well, Natasha, thank you for giving us an opportunity to update the viewers of SABC and people of Gauteng. We can confirm with you that the program is a bit delayed. You would know we started late yesterday, and the lateness of yesterday is the reason why we're trying to push to cover time. But a decision would have been taken that tonight, even if it means you must leave the venue at 3, 4 in the morning, that's what we'll have to do, just to be able to cover so that tomorrow we're able to conclude business of the day, or rather business of the conference of the 14th Provincial. And what will happen from now, as soon as the steering committee is done, we'll get into plenary, which will be a closed session. Secretaries are meeting, all regional secretaries, including the RTT coordinator from Western, to clean up the credentials, because we know that that's where every time everything starts. So if the secretaries are able to verify that from our region, these are the right branches and these are the right delegates and so on and so forth, because we picked up some rumors that there are people who are inside with fake tags and so on and so forth. So once everything has been said and done, everyone will leave plenary, come outside, there's UV lights and so on, just to verify that this tag, it's indeed a legitimate tag, so that whoever is inside the plenary is a person that's supposed to be in plenary. And then the program will start. The secretary will then present the organizational report, Comrade Jacob Kawa, and then immediately Comrade Pax that will come present financial report, and all those two reports will then be discussed in commission, so that we're able to save time. We go to commissions whilst nomination will have taken place, whilst they're preparing ballots, we're in commission, and people will vote from commission, so that we ensure that everyone is in commission. Because you can imagine, if you're not in commission, when they come for the commission, you'll not be able to vote.
I want you to delve on a very important point that you talked about. Like you said, various delegates have also sent messages saying that you as officials had said that delegates need to go for re-registration because apparently they're bogus, delegates. Let's just delve on that point.
Look, I'm not sure about re-registration. I've not heard anything about re-registration, and the reason I'm raising the issue of so-called fake tags is because this is what we are picking up, and you can't turn a blind eye when you pick up certain things. There are good things that you are amongst the comrades, so we can pick up as and when they discuss amongst themselves. But what we are going to do, like I'm saying, we'll take everyone out, including the entire leadership, and we'll start with branch delegates, because this is a conference. The UV lights will be used to scan, and anyone who will be found with a fake tag will then have to explain, so that we're able to attend to this, because we cannot honestly have Bones abusing the office on the basis that he or she will decide to issue tags that are not necessarily supposed to be in conference. And those with the tags, who are owning them, if there's any truth in that, and there's anyone seated here with a fake tag, our advice that don't even attempt to come inside.
Also, nominations, elections will take place tonight?
Everything will have to take place tonight, like I'm saying. As soon as the reports have been adopted, credentials adopted, we'll do the nominations, done, and then we go to commissions while they prepare ballots. Once the ballots are ready, comrades will be taken from commissions. So tonight we're going to push so that at least tomorrow, what will be left tomorrow is the announcement of the results, nomination of PCs, and go back to commissions. Whilst we're busy reporting back from commissions, I'm sure they will finish counting additional members, and just before conference close they will announce additional members and the new chairperson will close conference. But we are definitely sure we'll conclude tomorrow.
So that's a promise from your side?
Well, we're supposed to conclude tomorrow. This conference has to conclude its business tomorrow. We can't extend it with any other day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Modise. Of course, we will catch up with you later on today just to give us an update. Well, there you have it, Mxolisi. Also, Mr. Modise, they're just clarifying the issue of those delegates. I mean, this morning we received a number of, messages from various delegates saying that they've been told that they need to go for re-registration because they're bogus delegates. And of course, you've heard Mr. Modise saying that he's not aware of bogus delegates, but he is aware that, some delegates don't have the correct tags or duplicates of tags. Of course, all these delegates will then, these 1,133 delegates will then have to go outside of the venue. Each one will then have to scan, their tags just to ascertain whether they've got the correct tags or not. Of course, it is going to be a lengthy process. Like Mr. Modise had said, that whether or not a conference will conclude, or I beg your pardon, today's proceedings will conclude at 3 a.m. Tonight or in the morning, it still remains to be seen. But of course, they are promising that conference will close tomorrow. Of course, the stakes are very high, as we've been reporting, myself and my colleague Samgele Masego. In this conference, you have the slate of Mr. Panyaza Lesufi under the banner of Unity, Renewal and Service, and that of Lebogang Maile of Adiwele. And for those who don't know what Adiwele means, I mean, it's a popular slang amongst young people here in the country. It means to cross over. So what they're basically saying is that young people should actually cross over and fall into leadership positions. It's time for young people to take the baton and empower young people when it comes to issues of youth development across the country. So I mean, these are just the two dominant slates that are actually contesting each other. Of course, we know that both Maile and Panyaza Lesufi have been tried and tested, what others would call comrades in the movement. They've been both youth leaders in their own respective rights. Of course, both are MECs as well. So indeed, Nkolisi, the stakes are high. I do implore you to stay tuned to SABC News as we bring you all the latest in regards to this.
Indeed, Natasha. And before I let you go, we heard how the outgoing chair yesterday, David Makhura, said that it's not the end, but part of an ongoing process to build the party and the province. And then also at the back of that was that conversation you had with Mzwandile Masina yesterday, where he spoke about how he's not scared of David Makhura and his police. What does this say about the unity slate, that has been on many occasions been punted throughout the course of this week or throughout the course of the build-up to this conference?
Well, like you've correctly cited there, Mkolisi, I mean, when it comes to unity here within the ANC, I guess the proof is really in the pudding. And I mean, we know that the ANC really is facing quite a turbulent time with, I beg your pardon, with allegations of factionalism in the party, So, I mean, these are just issues that this conference will be tasked with. Makhura yesterday just calling for unity within the movement, saying that the newly elected leadership should actually unite, should renew itself, and should not forget that they're actually serving, the people of South Africa, the people of Gauteng, and they actually want to fix that trust deficit between the party and, of course, the people of Gauteng. You would know, Mkolisi, that, last year the party didn't do so well at the polls. They lost 3 key metros, that being Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg and Tshwane. The ANC dipped below 50%. And of course, Makhura really imploring the leadership that will be elected that coming out of this conference, their duty is to unite all structures of the ANC within this province, and not only that, to fix the relationship, the broken relationship between the ANC and the people of Gauteng, and to serve them as well, to reclaim what he calls, the glorious movement in Nkolisi.
Natasha Phiri, SABC News reporter out there for us. We'll be touching base with you, no doubt, a bit later on in the bulletin. Thanks very much indeed.